Listen, so their policy is you can't record in here.
You're NYPD now? You're NYPD now?
Always been. Listen,
No.
You have to leave because you're not allowed to record in here.
You want to read their policies?
Their policies that you cannot record in here.
The first line.
Their staff is asking us for a review, and I don't remember you. I
remember you.
Oh, that's nice. I hope you like me. Time to go. All right?
Why would I need to leave? I have a right to be here, and I'm conducting business.
No, you're not conducting business. And the thing is that you have to go through.
Read the policy right there. I'm handing it to you.
He told me.
Who is he?
The security guard, the head security guard said that you need to leave, and they have a right to kick you out.
Photography and photocopying policy, right? I'm going to read it to you because if you violate my rights, you can't say that
Sir,
you didn't know.
That's our job.
It's no negotiation. It's no.
So you could just ask anybody to leave a public building just because.
Yes.
They want you to.
They said they're filing complaints from every staff member on every single floor that you're recording them and you're being a nuisance, and you're not allowed to do that inside the library.
How am I being a nuisance?
You have to leave.
How am I being a nuisance?
You are recording them and you are not allowed to do that inside
So photography is a nuisance?
Sir?
Can I speak to your supervisor, please?
They can't record in here, right? You willing to? Nope. All right.
Read this. Handheld cameras are permitted.
Listen.
First line. Handheld cameras are permitted. This is their rules.
You have to.
Why?
Why? Because you are not allowed.
What crime am I committing?
You're not part of any media. You do not have prior permission to record in here. You now have to leave.
I do have permission.
Step out civilly.
I want to speak to your supervisor.
No problem. He's going to tell you the same thing.
No, he's not.
Tell you.
He's going to honor.
You're already on camera, so go ahead. Say whatever you want. The tension is immediate, raw, and impossible to ignore. What begins as a routine public encounter quickly transforms into something far more revealing. An auditor calmly enters a New York public library, simply documenting a taxpayer-funded space. No shouting, no disruption, just a camera and quiet observation. Yet within minutes, officers arrive, not because of any crime, but because recording makes someone uncomfortable. That single word becomes the excuse for everything that follows, exposing how easily authority can twist policy.
Right to be here just like everybody else. I'm not being disorderly. I'm walking around peacefully recording. The public workers.
Listen, my lieutenant's on
Can I record you? Can I record you? So why can't I record the city workers?
They're not city workers.
They work. New York is funded.
They're security guards.
The public library is funded by tax dollars.
You record me all you want.
I can record government workers in the course of their duty. Read case law. You need to read case law because you enforce the law.
My job right now
Do
is
your
to
job.
exit you out of this building.
Why? What crime did I
They
commit?
don't want you in here.
Why would they ask me to
Being
leave?
disorderly. You're being a nuisance, and now you have other people watching.
How am I being a nuisance? How? By simply recording?
They asked you to stop recording.
They never asked me to leave. They never asked me to leave.
Because I can ask him and he can say the opposite.
I have on camera. Have you guys ever asked me to leave since I've been here? Have you asked me to leave? Have you asked me to leave since I've been here? Nope. First thing they said when I came in the building was you can record.
Listen, you can hang out here and wait.
I'm going to wait for your supervisor.
My lieutenant's going to be here.
Why not honor your oath? Why not protect my rights?
My oath.
I'm in a public building.
These nice men called me here and they called us to escort you out of this building, and that's as far as I'm concerned with
Why would you escort me?
Control becomes the real objective. The auditor respectfully reads the library's own posted rules. Handheld cameras are clearly allowed. Still, the officer ignores the written policy and orders him to leave. The irony is striking. Rules are enforced by those who haven't even read them. The man remains calm, never interfering, never raising his voice. But calm accountability itself seems threatening. When he requests a supervisor, the situation is suddenly labeled disorderly conduct. This is no longer about peace. It is about suppressing transparency. The officer's repeated command, "You have to leave," echoes like blind obedience to a script.
Exercising the rights. I am.
Yeah, no,
peacefully.
They are peacefully asking us to escort you out.
For what crime?
You're not allowed to record in here.
He just said I was. And it says right here on their policies. Read their policies.
He actually just said you weren't allowed to record in here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Listen, he's the head security guard as far as I'm concerned.
Read the policy.
And we were asked to escort you out.
Read their policy.
I don't need to read their policy.
So I'm not violating their policy, so why would you ask me to leave?
I abide by what the security
And I'm not
guards
breaking
say.
the law.
Listen, this is civil matter, and
I don't want to talk to you no more because this is retaliation. You're trying to retaliate against me because I recorded you before. So
I don't remember you ever recording.
I remember you. I remember you. You work at Midtown South, right?
It's on my passport.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that. I already know.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm. If I was somewhere I'm not supposed to be, if I was cursing people out, if I was being disorderly, every time I talk, you cut me off.
Listen, like you said,
me simply recording, Me recording is not a disorder. Is not a disturbance.
You're being a disturbance to these people.
How?
They asked you to leave. I don't know.
Because they don't like what I'm doing. What if they didn't like my shirt? What if they didn't like my religion? You're gonna escort me out of a public building? Because this is a right. It's called freedom of religion. So if I was praying here,
ma'am, I don't know what more you want me to say.
If I was praying in this library and they didn't like that I was my religion, they wanted me out because I was praying. You gonna enforce their feelings? Or do I have freedom of religion?
Escalate, logic fades, and peaceful recording is twisted into nuisance behavior. The exchange reveals something deeper, a troubling misunderstanding of the Constitution by those sworn to uphold it. Each calm response from the citizen is met with growing frustration from the officers. When reasoning fails, they hide behind policy as if it were sacred law, forgetting that policy ends where constitutional rights begin. A powerful comparison emerges. If someone disliked his religion, could they force him out for praying? Silence answers the question, exposing the danger of emotion ruling authority and freedom collapsing under the excuse of comfort.
I'm not be able to stay. I'm not being disorderly. All I'm doing is walking around quietly recording the New York City public workers, which I have a right to do. I can record the government while you're at work.
You'll see what my lieutenant says, okay? How about that? Deal? And then
Sure, that's why I asked for him.
And if you're good to stay, then I'll leave.
The Constitution and the law says I'm okay. What you swore an oath to do.
No.
What does the Constitution have to do with? Does the Constitution have to do with your job?
Oh.
Does the Constitution have to do with your job?
This has nothing to do with the Constitution.
It does for me. It does for me.
Because they said you're being disorderly, and they're not comfortable with you recording inside here, and they said that you're not allowed to record inside here. We don't
read their policies. Read it. Read the first line. Read the first bulletin.
They just gave this to me. That last bullet point says
Let me
no
see.
photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken.
That's what they're
Okay, they work for the government. There's case law that I can record
It
them.
doesn't matter. That's what we're
and they
here
don't
to
wanna be
explain to you.
recorded.
They said that the staff members don't want you recording.
Okay, I'm still not committing a crime. I have a right to be in a public
And they
building.
have the right to escort you out.
Why would they do that if I'm conducting business?
But you're not anymore. They're asking you to
I
stop.
am though, because I still have to
If you
file
wanna stay in
complaints.
this- if you wanna stay in
I
this
still have to file
you have to
complaints.
Stop though.
I still have to file complaints, and I still have to do a FOIA request. And I still want to pray.
A lieutenant is called, and for a moment hope appears. Perhaps reason will prevail. Instead, confusion deepens. Even when shown written proof that filming is allowed, officers double down, draining the word disorderly of all meaning. The auditor remains composed, reminding them that their oath is to the Constitution, the supreme law, not to personal feelings or internal policies. His voice carries conviction. They swore to protect rights, not comfort. Yet the response is empty stares and refusal to acknowledge the obvious truth that standing in a public building with a camera is not a crime.
Policy over law.
That's not gonna happen.
The government can't make policies that violate the law or the
Constitution.
Constitution.
Right now? 'Cause we'll walk
Yeah,
down.
I'm going there. You put policy over law? Since when? Fuck out of here. I recorded libraries in every 5 boroughs, all 5 boroughs. That is not a problem because it's not against the law. You swore to protect my rights. You're supposed to come here and enforce the law, not their policy.
One more one? Okay.
Am I being detained?
Yeah, you're not in cuffs. No, you're not.
So I'm free. So I'm free.
No,
Am I being detained?
You have to leave.
Am I detained for a crime?
Be detained means you're being stopped and you're under investigation.
Am I being detained for a crime?
I just explained to you you're not being detained.
All right, then, so that means I'm free, right?
I feel like she's explaining things.
Am I detained for a crime?
Come on.
Am I detained for a crime?
It's gonna go downstairs and you can make a complaint.
You can go wherever you want. I'm free. I'm not detained.
We are.
Rather than reconsider, the officers cling tighter to their rulebook. One even admits the situation has nothing to do with the Constitution, revealing the heart of the issue. Enforcement has shifted from defending law to protecting comfort. The auditor presses the question, if a policy violated fundamental freedom or targeted a group of people, would they still enforce it? The silence that follows speaks louder than any argument. What unfolds is no longer about one man filming. It becomes a mirror reflecting a nation struggling to remember its...
No, they don't. I have a constitutional right to record in public. It's called the First Amendment. It's called the First Amendment. You know what the Constitution is? The highest law of the land. You can't put a fucking library's policy over the Constitution. Are you crazy? You swore over to the Constitution. You ain't swear over to the library's policy. And if they deny me public services, I'm gonna sue them. If you violate my rights, I'm gonna sue you. You ain't swear over to the library's policy. You forgot what your oath is to? The Constitution. Smug ass. Took an oath for what? Where's your lieutenant at so I can speak to him? He probably has more pressing matters than somebody exercising their rights in a public building. Listen, what? Are you gonna honor your oath?
It is what it is.
So what is it? No, it's not.
Escort you out.
Let me ask you a question.
You violated their policy.
Let me ask you a question. Can you put that policy over the law?
Did you not violate their policy? That's right here, sir.
What's higher, that policy or their law?
This is their right. This is their building. This is their
This is our building. It's the people's building.
Their establishment.
It's the people's building.
Claims grow more extreme. Officers insist that photographing staff is somehow criminal, an assertion so false it borders on absurd. The auditor calmly demands the specific law he is breaking. None can be named. Surrounded yet composed, he dismantles every weak justification with knowledge and patience. Still, the officers persist, because admitting error would mean admitting ignorance. His words cut through the tension. Policy can never override the Constitution. Nearby, the silent lieutenant watches as the meaning of his oath unravels in real time.
Right now.
Of course you do.
This is my job.
Of course you do.
This is what I'm here for.
Your job is to enforce the law.
Do you want to make a complaint?
Your job is to enforce the law. Is there a law being broken right now?
Do you want to
What law am I breaking?
Do you want to make a complaint?
Yeah, avoid that question.
Come on.
Avoid that question. What law am I
I've
breaking?
already answered you multiple times.
What law am I
You're being
breaking?
disorderly. You're not under arrest.
How am I being disorderly, ma'am?
Because you're
Because I'm recording?
Their policy.
Photography
right here,
isn't a crime in
Look,
public.
No photographs of the staff.
Photography isn't a crime in public, and you can't turn photography into a crime. You can't turn photography into a crime. You can't, to show you how because I record in libraries all over the city.
You're contradicting
because I have the right to.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm following the law.
Yes, you are.
The law that you swore to protect. You enforce the law. You don't enforce policies. So what law am I breaking? What law am I breaking? How? By recording?
The lieutenant is right here.
Okay. Is he going to help me file my complaint?
He keeps saying he's violating his rights, that we're violating his rights because he is clearly breaking their policy that says no photographs of the staff, other researchers, or certain reading rooms may be taken. And he's saying we're violating his constitutional right that he's allowed to record in here and their policy doesn't matter. And he requested you because we're violating his rights.
All right. Well, this is what I said. I said you can't put their library policy over the law. I'm not breaking the law, which means...
After endless back and forth, the final order arrives. Leave or face prosecution. No crime, no complaint, only feelings disguised as authority. The auditor quietly gathers names and badge numbers, knowing the camera has already preserved the truth. What began as a peaceful visit ends as another stark example of how easily rights can be challenged in plain sight. As he walks away, disbelief lingers in his voice. He understands this moment is bigger than himself. It represents every citizen punished for daring to hold power.
But you have to do that. You can probably file a complaint outside, but you have to leave. They don't want you.
Am I breaking the law?
Well,
nobody asked me to leave. You guys are the first person that came out to me.
you have to leave.
So if I don't leave, I'm going to get arrested?
Well, yeah.
I need to hear you say that. If I don't leave this building, what's going to happen?
They're going to prosecute you.
You're going to arrest me?
No. New York City Public Library is going to prosecute you.
Okay, so I have a reasonable amount of time to leave, don't I?
We're asking now, can you please leave?
Okay, I can't leave through that way. I got to leave through this way.
That way?
And I still need the information that I came here to get. Are you going to help me with that?
Yeah. Whatever you need outside.
All right. I need all your cards. And all of your names. So you're saying that you could just trespass people from public for no crime? No crime. No crime. It doesn't matter what they want. I'm not breaking the law. You going to help me get my information? So you're just going to violate my rights over a policy, right?
The camera. Their version might have become the only truth. This is accountability, uncomfortable, confrontational, yet absolutely necessary. The officers may have forgotten their oath, but the public cannot forget theirs. To remain aware, to stand firm, and to defend freedoms too easily taken for granted. When moments like this go unseen, they repeat quietly behind closed doors. Knowledge is power, and the camera becomes the instrument of truth. Always record, always question, always know your rights.